go and do this solo trip for 9 months. Because yes, I had some existential crises that I'm still having to sort through and wish I had a little bit more time to work out. But I think as well, the best thing was it gave me this belief that I can do and accomplish anything, that nothing will get in my way, because if I made it through those 9 months by myself, it gave me a little bit more of an independent spirit of, I don't need, because, I'm at an age where I'm expected to be married and have children already. And I'm like, I don't need a man. I don't need to do this. I got this. I got life on my own terms. And I also think the other thing it did for me is when you are growing up with family, with friends that you're around for a lengthy period of time, they start to put labels on you before you've even had a chance to figure yourself out. And one of the labels that I have from my family members is that I am controlling, and they think that I want to be in control, that I have to be in control. And I think that's another thing that has stemmed from having celiac disease is it's really, I like structure, and I have all these other health conditions around food that I need to be quite meticulous about how my day goes about to make sure I'm keeping up my stamina, to make sure I don't, because if I make a misstep, I become incredibly ill. Like if I miss a mealtime, it puts me under, like I cannot get up out of bed. So which is not how I want it to be. It's just the nature of what my life has become because of my physical health. And I think I got to undo that label of, I'm actually not controlling. I just prioritize my well-being. And part of what prioritizing my physical health is means having structure. And that's okay to have those boundaries. And I also like stability. So for example, there's also this, I can't be adaptable. And that's ludicrous with the work that I do. I work in video production. I'm a video producer, and that is nothing but being adaptable because things are always going wrong.
Exactly.
And the more that I've learned, the more that you plan things out, the less stressful it is when things go wrong, because you've already worked that out in your head and you're like, all right, got it, roll with the punches. And how much things have had to change and have had to roll with the punches when you're traveling for 9 months. Someone now telling me that I'm not good with change is just absolutely crazy. And I'm able to just stand up for myself and say, that's not who I am, actually. You're wrong. You have a wrong idea of who I am. And that's been the most empowering part of all of it, is that detangling the labels other people gave me and trying to put me down and put me in my place now they're things of empowerment.
And also in terms of prioritizing your own mental health and your own physical health, it's something that actually scares people in a way. I would put it that way. It scares people because why are you getting healthy without telling us in a way? Because people, when you decide that you want to take care of yourself, people feel threatened of the fact that she or he is taking care of them, her or himself. And it's something that, I see it, people seeing it as a threat. And I feel, and also one thing that I realized that you don't owe anyone, and I would say, an explanation of what you do. Because, and going back to what you said in terms of being at the age of having children, in terms of being married, it's quite something that also has stumbled on my mind, and growing up around people that actually had expectations in terms of, by this age you should be having this and this and this and this, not realizing that you haven't figured out life. Life is not just something that you, in terms of, if people assume people that you will by this age you will be already figured this thing out. And it's quite difficult for some people. And also one of the things that back then they didn't take a look at is mental health. And one of the things that also, that in terms of, if I put myself in certain relationships, I firstly consider my mental health. Am I ready enough to get into this relationship? What will I benefit? What will actually, in terms of my mental, how would I treat this person? Because in whatever you do, whatever situation that you're in. And as much in a way of not creating excuses, in a way, try by any means to look at your own mental health. Are you ready for this? And some of the questions that I ask myself. So actually I'm seeing that we are out of time, unfortunately. And but I really enjoyed the conversation. I really enjoyed the conversation in a way because it really speaks. It really centered around mental health.